So today I'm experimenting with this Arduino controller, and I've got a code written that's basically controls 5 outputs on the Arduino, and I'm using them. The outputs are going. You can see the activity of the outputs on these 5 LEDs here, and I also have 5 input buttons here, and I'm using optical isolation relays here to provide drive to the actual high current outputs, which right now I've just got 2. These are rated at, this one's a 12 amp, and this one's rated at 40 amps. And that's actually driving these horns here. So I'm experimenting with how short the pulse width can be to activate these horns and maybe make combinations driving the horns separately. I've got a power supply here that's capable of 20 amps. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and stuff paper towel inside the horn so it won't be so annoying. I did some measurements earlier, and it actually, the horns draw about 4.5 amps when they're freely resonant, and about 5.5 amps when they're clogged up in this manner. So they're going to draw more current this way, but they won't make very much noise, which is handy for experimenting. And so I'm going to go ahead and, I found out that with the solid state relays, you can drive the horns with a much shorter pulse. Somewhere on the order of 20 milliseconds, 30 milliseconds allows it to build most of its volume. So I've got this pulse train here that you will see on the LEDs as it plays out. It's going to be, the first LED here is going to be 30 milliseconds. Second one's 85, then 70, 80, and 70. And they're summed together to either this horn or that horn, since I only have the 2 outputs to deal with. So I'm going to go ahead and push the button here, and you can see the results. I'll do it again. This is the 5th pulse, which activates all 5. If I go to 4, that's only the first 4, and if I go to 3, actually this one's starting to push out my paper towel, and I'll go to 2, one is just the 1, and I can go here and change the pattern. I'll do some of that now. I'm going to reprogram the pulsing. So I'm going to go in here and change the first pulse to be 90. And now I'm uploading it to the Arduino. It says it's done. So let's see what happened. I set the first pulse to be 90 milliseconds long. And now I'm going to go in there and set that middle pulse to be 100. compile it, then I'll upload it to the Arduino. So now it's ready. So let's hear the difference now. It's going to be 90, 85, 100, then 80, 70. And I'm going to end on the last note here. I'm going to make that one 200. I can hear my neighbors discussing this noise, even though it's muted. So I'm not going to do a whole lot more. I need to put them in a box or something so I can experiment with the different sounds. Okay, so now I've got 90, 85, 100, 80, 200. So it's going to end on a long burst. Now I'm going to make the first burst 200 as well. Yeah, I could play with this thing all day. It's uploading. You can see some activity there. It's done. Now it's ready. So now it's going to start 200 milliseconds, 85, 100, 80, 200. Now I'm going to pull the, this will be my last recording of it. I'm going to pull out the stoppers. It's going to be loud. Wow. Okay, that's pretty loud. So you can, I'm going to zoom in. You can see the Arduino there. I'll show you what that looks like when I'm going to change the program and upload it. I'm going to change that last pulse to 300. And compile it. And now I'm going to upload it. You'll see some activity on the Arduino when I do that. You see some lights flashing. So it's ready now. All right, let's see. It's gonna be 200, 85, 100, 80, 300. I'll show you now. I'm going to be looking at this board here. You can see the LED activity. I'm going to press for the longest string here. Pretty loud. So I have 6 of these horns to install, and I've got more of these drivers so I can come up with a lot of different patterns. But I'm going to have to mute them, I think, to play with it, because it's pretty loud just out here in the open like this. And maybe I can show you the screen here, the code. There may be a better way to do this. But here it's setting the pin parameters and defining the pins. And it goes into details about the loop.